Hey, what's up guys? Today we're gonna go take you through a typical warm-up, not going into specifics, but how I do a general warm-up before I get going and get moving. So it's one of the questions we've been getting a ton of questions on, so here we go. For me, it's always my hips. My hips are always tightest, so after I get a little blood flow on the bike, come over and do the couch stretch against the wall for about, I don't know, a couple minutes, squeezing my glutes for 5 seconds, and then releasing and get a little deeper into the stretch. But my hips are always the tightest, so you want to keep your chest up. Foot against the wall here. You can even pull the ankle a little more, feel that quad stretch. If you want to turn into it a little bit too, start to feel other angles of it, other sides of it starting to hurt. Feels good. Every once in a while, just dig down, drop down. And I'll switch sides. So once I'm done there, grab my band. Grab a band if you have one. Get the band up. Up almost into your groin area here, and basically like you're gonna sit in a lunge, right? Keep that foot buried on the ground. You want to come up on your heel or come up inside of your foot. Drop your elbows to the floor if you can. You start to feel that burn up underneath your high hamstring. And what you can do if you want, you can press actually, so like you drive your knee into your elbow and push out with your elbow for a couple seconds, then release it and drop in a little deeper. I'll sit here for about a minute or so, and then I'll switch to the other side. Then I'll come up on that same side. Again, the band's still up high on the waist there. I do a couple good mornings, really squeezing, pressing into the floor with my feet. I do about 10 of those. Squeezing my glutes. Starts to activate those hamstrings and glutes as well, which always feels a little shut off for me. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. Then I'll start to work on the knee a little bit. Throw my VOODOO floss on. Typically always have to wrap this left knee. If the right knee's feeling a little tight, I'll do the same on the right side. So I'll get here. For me, I wrap the whole joint. Some people go above and below the joint. I do the whole thing, play with it, see what works best for you. And then once it's on, just kind of put it through a little bit of range of motion. So just dropping into a squat, sitting down in there for a second, and standing up, and make sure you get it all the way to extension as well. Put that knee through that range of motion. This just helps loosen up the fascia around the joint. And I'll do that on any joint that's hurting. So if my elbows are hurting, my knees are hurting, I'll put it on. Never want to leave it on more than 2 minutes at a time. Then I'm going to work up to my shoulders. Start to loosen up the shoulders a little bit. Get some crossovers, up and overs, you know. Just start to lubricate the joint here. Get moving. Everything's feeling stiff, you know. Another band, whatever size you like. Typically for my shoulders, I go a little thinner. So first stretch, I take this arm loose. So then I'm going to put it into external rotation, right, with my other hand, and then just kind of sit back and let that lat pull. Really pulls on the lat here. kind of sitting back and moving and feeling all the little spots it's hitting and pulling on. You can, if you want to get more pull, you can just grab both ends like this. So once I turn into this one, right again, now I'm gonna pull that the front side of the shoulder, so more of my pec. When my pec gets a little tight, so I'll turn it. Again, putting my shoulder into external rotation, just kind of leaning into it. Feel that pull right here. Rotating, internal rotation, external. And one more I'll do is I'll actually, again, I walk forward, put the band around the elbow. Again, just opening up the shoulder a little bit here, kind of just leaning into it. I try to put my palm up as I do this. It feels a little better. One more I've been having to do lately too. Getting my neck a little loose. Just take this band, kind of just pull on it a little bit, not too hard. Once you're kind of loosened up, got a little blood flow, come out, do some lunging, pull the knee to the chest, lunge, spin, legs straight, boom, yup, lunge, twist, legs straight. I'll do about 50 feet of that, walking that. This really helps open up my hamstrings. Just touch your toes and walk it out. I think it's called an inchworm or something, I don't know. Do a push-up, and then you just keep your hands there. You're trying to walk your feet up to your hands. That really stretches out those hamstrings. I'll do about 50 feet of that as well. I'll grab a band, you can grab a light dumbbell, whatever works. Just get some shoulder presses going as well. Same thing for overhead, getting a little activation in that shoulder. Typically do about 10 to 15 each side. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into a little bit of, a little more salt biking. What I typically do, I'll go 5 calories easy, and then 5 calories hard. And that'll just start to wake that CNS up for 50 calories, typically. So, it doesn't take drastically long. Typically, it's around 5 minutes or so. After that, then I start to go into specific warm-ups of whatever it is I'm doing that day. So whether it be Olympic weightlifting, squatting, whatever the movements are, then I'll start to get into a little bit more specific type of warm-up for those movements. But that's my general warm-up right there, every day. It's almost the same. It's kind of systematic. Come out, roll out a little bit, hop on the bike for three minutes-ish, getting some blood flow generating, and then I start to stretch my hips. Once I move out of my hips, start stretching my knees and with my VOODOO floss, and then I work my way up to my shoulders. And then after that, then I'll get back on the bike and do another 5 calories hard, 5 calories easy. Or I'll do it with a rower, 10 calories hard on the rower, rest for 30 seconds. One of those always typically works really well. Then I'm gonna roll into my specific training for whatever it is, or specific warm up for whatever it is, the movements that I'm doing in the workout that day. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it. Use it, comment down below, let me know. What else you guys wanna hear about, wanna see for these videos here. Do the thing. And don't forget to pay the man.